Hello and welcome to Andy's Little Sci Fi Horror Show. My name is Andy. Tonight I'm joined by
Drew.
And this is a very special episode. This is the attack of the rubber puppets.
Back in the old days when they made science fiction movies and horror movies.
The good old days.
The good old days. They didn't have the fancy schmancy CGI. They didn't have all those nice little digital effects. What did they have?
Rubber puppets, baby!
Yep, they had guys in rubber suits doing all kinds of crazy things in the swamps and in the backwoods and probably in the backyard of your house, Andy.
Let's start in the beginning with Attack of the Giant Leeches. This is one of my personal favorites.
Out of the swamp's depths, again appears horrifying, mysterious creatures, thirsting for lovers' blood. What are these giant mutations, whose attack on people sends the whole countryside on an endless search?
Whatever killed those people is still in that lake.
And then brings them back to life, to gratify their distorted desires.
Why it's one of my favorites. Well, this was definitely the time of the drive-in. Movie drive-ins were like begging for material. So, you know, Hollywood producers would just bang out these movies in like 3 or 4 days. And, you know, like with a minuscule budget and just keep regurgitating the same stories and same effects.
And we're still
same
watching
actors,
them today.
And we are still watching them today. So we're going to take it up into the 80s with
Basket Case.
Well, I've often referred to this as the rubber puppet decade. This was low budget in the rubber puppet decade.
You're going to be begging for CGI after this. Watch it.
What is the secret? Dwayne is hiding in the basket.
What's in the basket?
Some of the tenants claim to have heard noises coming from this room, like someone on a rampage.
What's in the basket?
You're that kid Needleman warned me about, the Bradley boy, the freak we separated.
I know an awful lot of guys, Dwayne, but you're different. What's in the basket?
What's in the basket?
What's in the basket?
My brother.
Your brother!
Open it, if you dare.
And there it is. Basket Case. So tell me, what's in the basket, Andy?
I don't know. What was in the basket?
A really bad movie.
Probably the script because nobody read it.
The best is like he's throwing hot dogs in and like.
Moving a little bit further into the 80s with Trauma was huge.
Yeah.
Lloyd Kaufman was huge with the 80s films and the rubber puppets. But one of the #1 hardcore, top of the line rubber puppets from the Lloyd Kaufman collection of Trauma, Monster in the Closet.
The most mysterious, inexplicable, and incredible events often take place in the most ordinary places. Usually these seemingly unexplainable occurrences are eventually explained, but every so often they remain mysteriously incredible. Monster in the Closet.
We ain't talking about no snake here.
Yes, it was something so hideous, so gruesome, so frightful, that it could only dwell in one place. Among the slippers and pajamas in the grisly depths of your closet. The entire United States Marine Corps could not stop it. The most sophisticated armored weaponry and firepower could not stop it. fantastic cinematic special effects could not stop it. The most highly developed nuclear flower pots could not stop it. It's gripping. It's shocking. It's horrifying. It's incredible. Monster in the closet. It's coming out.
That was one of the first movies B-movies I rented from the local video store. I will never forget, on like Beta back in the days of early video, renting them from the stores.
Wow, Beta.
And I swear somewhere in this house I have that on DVD. I don't know.
Buster, there was always a video store that had like really bad low rent movies for
It
like
stocked the shelves of them.
Yeah, they stocked the shelves and there were
They went from drive-ins to video shelves.
But we gotta go to the next one.
We're moving on. We're sticking into the 80s. This one is
Terror Vision.
Terror Vision. Good old family fun.
Stay tuned.
Intellectual decay! Turn it off and rot your brain cells!
The Pottermans are just a typical American family. The only thing they're missing is a pet. But have we got a surprise for them? You see, Stanley Potterman's new satellite TV has just gone on the blink. And it's drawn in a creature from outer space. Like all new pets, this one's causing a little trouble around the house. And he's eating the Pottermans out of house and home. In fact, it seems like this creature will eat anything. Well, just about anything.
She looked right at my studs and cooled out. This dude's into metal!
Now, it's up to the kids to break the creature of its bad habits.
I said shut up!
But he's not responding well to discipline.
Earth children, please. I mean you no harm. I am Pluthar, here to save you.
The Pottermans finally got themselves a pet, but they never even had a chance to give it a name. Terror Vision.
Alright, we're back, and let me tell you something. If there is anything that you learn about movies with rubber puppets in them, it's that, you know, there are some movies that they try to take it too seriously, and they don't really consider the fact that maybe 20 years later, people like us are going to watch these movies again. This is a perfect example of how rubber puppets can be good at one period of time, but bad like 20, 30 years later. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Warlords of Atlantis.
Back in the dawn of time, a strange traveler came from outer space and plunged beneath the sea. Through the centuries, countless ships have disappeared without trace in the Bermuda Triangle. Yet there are men who still dare to probe the mysteries of these dangerous waters. The discovery of a fantastic hidden metropolis under the ocean leads to spectacular action and thrilling adventure in Warlords of Atlantis.
Where are you taking us?
To safety. Do not find it on any map, but you know its name.
Atlantis. They defy an underwater world of tyranny and terror.
From our dying planet.
Guys, they're and then the thing just pops up right behind them.
Like the psychotic cousin of Pac-Man just like jumps up and like.
Well, we certainly hope you enjoyed this episode of the Attack of the Rubber Puppets. I'm Drew.
I'm Andy, and there's plenty more to come. Stay tuned.
What's in the basket?